This is Lane Brains with Cameron Klein and Esley Bus.
All right, welcome to the Lane Brains podcast. Cameron Klein here, alongside Esley Bus. Me, man.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man.
How we doing, dude?
Not bad.
Yeah, good, man.
It's almost
good.
Friday, thank God.
Yeah, right, dude.
Dude.
It's in college. I never really cared much about that because
Dude, every day is the same in college. Like,
Yeah.
It's always like, depending on your schedule, I guess.
Right.
But it's like,
I never had like an 8 a.m. class or anything like that.
Oh,
I never
dude,
had to worry about that.
you lucky motherfucker. Dude,
Yeah,
I
dude,
was out
yeah.
the door by 5 a.m. every day. Get to Sherwin-Williams at like 6:30.
Oh, well, you
open
did. You
the
were
fucking
working
store.
full time. Yeah,
I'm off by noon, in class till 10 p.m. Like, just dog
dude.
shit.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not.
Everyone else,
Not a fan.
Friday every day, dude.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much, dude. Like most, I think the earliest classes I had like one at 9 at one point, 9:30, 9:15.
And you're like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah, dude, yeah. But anyway, on to the point. UFC 241 this past weekend. I
was a
have
good card.
it was a great card, dude. I had a great time. It was funny because like the early prelim, like it was all up until the last fight of the prelims. It was all decisions.
I didn't catch the Devontae Smith fight, dude.
Whew,
I missed it,
it
right?
was nuts, dude.
I know.
It was nuts.
Dude, I was on my way to Chickies and Pete's. Look at my phone. Knockout. Fuck. That's how it was, right? Knockout.
Yeah. It was the first
Yeah.
finish of the night.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I was yeah. It was yeah. You missed a nice one, dude. It was cool.
Oh my god.
Because like I knew Devontae Smith coming into it. I didn't really know much about Kama Worthy.
Didn't he take the fight on short notice?
Took the fight on like he said I think like it was like 4 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he just fought like I looked it up. He just fought 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like July 27th was his last fight
Oh my god.
in Pittsburgh, which is where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a local fight. He was like a local fight on the
Yeah,
regional
yeah.
circuit, and they called him. He's friends with Devontae Smith and training partners with Devontae Smith. And he was like, they got the call, and he was like, yeah, sure,
Damn.
whatever, dude. And knocked him out. And, like his post-fight interview, he was saying like, he was like, he's young, like he'll still have an opportunity to come up. Like I got to take my chances when I have them, which I think is like pretty much true of anybody, and especially in the UFC. Like you need to whatever opportunity you have, you got to take, even if it's your fighting your best friend. Like it is what it is, man.
He needs to
And
work
if
on
he's your
that
best
nickname.
friend, he'll But if he's your best friend, he'll understand. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what's interesting? Actually, on the Contender Series this week, they had 2 guys who trained together at Jackson.
I was gonna ask you about that. All right, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that later. I want to do UFC 241 first, then we'll get to that. Then we're gonna talk about Bellator. They have a fight this weekend too. The first fight in like a couple weeks. I think their last fight, it was July 12th. They had no fights for them for a while, and now we have Matt Mitrione and Sergey Kharitonov 2, which I think is kind of weird calling it 2, considering how the first time it ended wasn't really like a fight. He just kicked him in the balls, and like I was disappointed because I love Sergey Kharitonov. He's like great. I love watching his old fights, his old stuff in Pride, and I like Matt Mitrione a lot too. I like how he fights, and I like who he is as a dude. He's a cool guy.
Definitely.
And then Matt Mitrione blasted him in the nuts. And I thought, like, it hurt really bad, and they put him in DQ and everything like that. And I was like, totally understandable. Like, it happens. And I didn't think Matt did it on purpose. Obviously, I don't think he did at all. It was just a misplaced kick. But and then I heard like the day afterward that Kharitonov had like hemorrhoids as a result. Like, yeah. And like I've never fought in a combat setting like this. Like I've never fought. Period. I had one fight when I was like 11 years old. But like I was talking to my dad about it because he used to fight like. I think it was just like contact karate. It wasn't like MMA or anything back in the day. And he said like he got kicked one time in the balls, but he had a cup on. But he said like usually it didn't hurt if he got hit there, like it happened before. But like he said like the kick like went like under.
Yeah.
Like basically kicked him like in the taint. And he said that like murdered him. Like it was just tough. But anyway,
I can only imagine.
Right. And then we're going to get to apparently Chris Cyborg might be going to Bellator, according to Scott Coker. Not 100% sure yet, though. I'm going to talk a little bit about the pound-for-pound rankings, Colby Covington, and then we're going to get to our ease back section, talking about some guilty pleasure movies, not the ones you jack off to, but other ones.
Maybe.
But
I
maybe.
don't know if you're into that.
Yeah, we could talk about that. But anyway, back to the UFC 241. Moving on to the main card. So then we had Derek Brunson and Ian Hench. Super impressed with Derek Brunson. Super impressed. I mean, he like it was. I thought that head kick in the first round.
That was it. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I thought this is it. Like dude, went right at first. He went into it. Like he kind of like it looked like he almost like slipped, kind of like either slipped or like he was like kind of like I don't think he was going for a takedown,
Yeah.
but he kind of slipped and like bam, like it was like a knee to the head like kind of kick. Went down a little bit, and then he showed to me phenomenal fight IQ. Like immediately clinched up, tried to go aggressive, tried to basically just not let him hit him, and then just took control of the fight. I was super impressed. And then I started thinking back, like even when he lost to like Adesanya, like I didn't
big deal, right?
Right,
Oh
well,
my god,
right.
yeah, that dude's amazing.
He's a savage,
Yeah.
right? And like I really enjoyed Derek Brunson's like game plan in that fight. I thought he was fighting a smart fight. He was like trying to close the distance, clinch up a lot, not let him use his striking. It's just that Adesanya's Adesanya. So
Dude,
like
he's one of the best fighters on the earth.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You know, it's not a big deal. And then Jacare, like Jacare's a savage. Like no big deal.
dude.
I mean, I thought, I don't know. What did you think about the Elias Theodorou fight? I thought it was pretty close. I don't know. I thought it was a close fight, but
yeah.
maybe I'm crazy for thinking that.
I don't know.
But like,
I mean,
he's only lost to pretty good guys. I mean, Silva questionable, but
right.
But Whitaker, Jacare, he's right there, man.
Right.
He's right there.
Right. Yeah, like, and Whitaker, like, still didn't fight a horrible fight. He fought against Whitaker. He fought against Silva. Like, he beat Uriah Hall. He's beat Sam Alvey, but I don't know.
Yeah, Yoel Romero. I mean, dude, he's
he-
only lost to really good guys.
Like, you step in there with Yoel Romero, you have my respect, dude. Like, end of
Teenage,
story.
I guess middle-aged mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah,
right?
dude, freak. I'm so excited to talk about him too, but okay. Anyway, back on to Derek Brunson. But yeah, like like you said, the Elias Theodorou fight, it was very close too. But I feel like all of Elias Theodorou's fights are very close because like he doesn't get close enough to like let somebody even hit him. So like they're all kind of like close and like boring. Like he was one of the dudes who like even though I don't think he's undefeated. Or has like 1 loss, 3 losses. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm looking right at how he lost to Derek Brunson, my dumbass. But like every time he fight, like when they cut him, I was kind of like some people were like made a big deal about it because he's like good and has a good record in the UFC, and I was like, I mean, yeah, it's good, but it's because like he doesn't really do much. Like I'm never really super excited when I see him fighting. Like I think he's a good dude. I feel like him as a person is really cool. I think it's cool how he does like the Invicta like. He's like a ring boy for it.
Ring man.
Yeah, I love that. But like, you know, I'm not super excited about him when he fights. But anyway. Derek Brunson beat him. And Derek Brunson beat Ian Hench.
Oh, I didn't know he was at Hard Knocks.
Hench. I have no idea.
Heinisch.
Heinisch.
I think that's how you say
I think
it.
that is how it is.
He's a Contender Series guy too, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Justin Sumter, he beat, knocked out with elbows. And I mean, don't get me wrong. He's 31, but doesn't have a whole lot of fights. Only 15 fights professionally. He's fighting pretty well.
Yeah, I mean Antonio Carlos Jr. Tough customer.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I could see you could see him in the future. I don't know about how how lengthy his career will be and how in depth into the rankings he'll go. But
he gets a good win against someone next. I mean, he's got maybe.
And again, he put Derek Brunson in trouble with that head kick.
Absolutely.
He made him nervous there for a second. But yeah, on to the next one. So then there was Gabriel Benitez and Sadiq Yusuf, another great fight.
Great fight.
Benitez had Sadiq shook at one point, put him on Queer Street, knocked him
As
loose.
they say.
And Sadiq just came back, dude. Like
He's
I'm
gonna
really
be
starting to
around,
like
man.
him. Yeah,
You're gonna see him a lot more.
I'm
I
starting
think.
to really like this dude.
We saw him fight live. I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Shimon Moraes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that because you pointed it out. You're like, yeah, he's a Contender Series boy, and I didn't know that at the time. And I was like, oh no shit, dude.
Mhm.
And yeah, like, dude, he looked phenomenal on Saturday night.
Absolutely, dude. Nigerian fighters starting to come out the woodwork
Yeah,
here, man.
Yeah, like there's
a couple others.
Well, I mean, there's Kamaru Usman,
Yeah. Well, besides them two,
and then there's
2 more.
Adesanya, right?
I think he was born there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's a couple guys coming up as well.
Yeah, and then there's that dude. That's a dude that we saw in Newark, Kennedy. What is
However,
his last
Kenny,
name?
I forget how to say his last name.
Yeah, I
but
don't have it in front of me, so I'm gonna probably butcher it. I'm gonna put in Kennedy, and it's not gonna come up. Oh, there it is. There's
Yeah, no
Jekwa,
shit. Yeah.
right? I think. Yeah. He's like the only one I'm not super impressed by.
No.
No, like his UFC record like is 1-1. Like we saw him fight against Paul Craig. He was the one who got choked out,
Yeah.
and that was in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw him fight, which is pretty interesting. We saw both of his
Yeah.
UFC fights live. But then he won the one against Darko, but that was because he got kicked. He got blasted in the nads. Remember that? Like 5 times or something. Like, it was ridiculous. He just kept getting kicked in the balls.
Yeah. Everyone's like, boo.
Dude. I mean, dude, like if it happens once, okay, like it's a mistake.
He was kind of milking it though. I think
I
a little
mean,
bit.
Yeah, I
But,
would
like,
be too, there,
hey,
dude.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Like if I was
right.
Anthony Smith fighting John Jones when he got kneed in the face, I would act like I got shot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I would whip my head back, JFK style, and just flop all over the floor, like, oh my god.
Just start crying.
Yeah, dude.
Shit your pants.
Give me that belt money, son. Give me one title fight. Like, give me like the money you'll make from one title fight will be enough. You'll be fine. But yeah. So yeah, the Nigerian, like they're coming in hot.
Absolutely. It's like you got Nigerian fighters from Dagestan. Is it Dagestani? I guess
Dagestani fighters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say. I think so.
Yeah, and then American fighters.
I'll tell you,
Those
dude.
are the big three right now. I mean,
Dagestan scares the shit
Dude.
out of me.
yeah, someone's from Dagestan. Fuck me. You
Yeah,
know it's about to be
I'm
serious.
tapping out as soon as I get in
dude.
there, dude.
They're all work, man.
Like they
Focused.
live and breathe that fucking shit. Like all they do is wrestle, beat the shit out of people all day long. Like they grew up beating the shit out of each other.
Right.
And
Dude,
it's like if you lost, it's like, well, that's because you're a piece of shit human being. Like that's their mentality. You know
I mean,
what
it's
I mean?
a war-torn country too, so it's like
Right.
they're just hard from that.
Right.
You know? Like, jeez.
It's dude, it's they're fucking terrifying. Like dude, I was looking at the pound for pound rankings. We'll get onto this later, but like I think Khabib should be number 1 personally, but I'll get into that later. But like dude, like he's like the scariest person ever. to
Habib?
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
in my opinion, like he's the scariest, one of the scariest people of all time.
Yeah, I think there's 3 fighters I would be terrified of. It's Gaethje, Romero,
Yeah.
Habib.
Yeah, I would
3.
say that.
Those
Because
3.
Gaethje, like he's willing to like put himself in front of like an RPG missile if it means that he can knock you out.
Yeah,
Like, he
he
doesn't
just
give a shit.
does not stop
Yeah,
coming.
dude.
Like those 3 I think are the most terrifying. Although Paulo Costa,
Holy shit, dude.
Holy shit.
But yeah, moving on to our next
Yeah.
one. Fucking Romero and Paulo Costa. So Yoel Romero to me fights like how I fight in the UFC video game.
Oh, okay.
Because like I like
Explode.
well when the fight happened, I don't know the exact numbers now. Like I there should be a way where okay, there it is. Yeah. Yoel Romero's his shots thrown. He threw 125. I like how it has 125 strikes and 125 significant strikes. Like every single shot of both of theirs were significant because they're both just. I mean, look at those bodies. Those are bodies that just don't quit. It's ridiculous. But of his 125 shots thrown, 96 of them were at Paulo Costa's head. Like when I play UFC, I don't play with like strategy. Like I just go to knock you out, and like I'll just be up against a cage. Like I'll make my character will be exhausted because I'm just like throwing just looping hooks and like spinning back fists and shit.
Does anyone play points? Like try to fight on points in the games? Like
Dude,
you think like everyone wants to submit? Or
I feel like if you
knock
did,
out?
you'd probably like do very successfully. But like I feel like I've never played in like a competitive setting because I'm not,
I'm not good enough either. Yeah, no way.
yeah, and I'm not good enough, and I don't really give a shit about being good at it. But like when I see him fight, he's just up against the cage half the time, and then just like whips these just fucking missiles and grenades at you, and it's just terrifying. Like, and he just he just scares the shit out of me, dude.
I mean,
But another great fight.
you just look at him and you're just like, yeah, not gonna fuck with that guy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Wait, how old is he? It's
Right,
like,
dude.
yeah.
He's what, 42?
Yeah. Maybe.
40.
right? Maybe.
He's hold on. Yeah, we'll find out right now. He is 40. Yeah, 42. 42 years old.
Ridiculous.
Like his body looks fake to me.
I thought that he
It
was
might
gonna eat up Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just
Yeah, I
gonna
thought
be
he was gonna win too.
all over him, knock him out. But charge forward, man.
Dude,
Coach Eric,
savage.
he's got something going down there, man.
Savage. Yeah, because it's what's his name? Eric what? What's his last name? Right, I know he's Cejudo's.
Yeah,
coach,
he's got 2. He's got 1 double champ, and he's got another
Right,
potential
yeah.
champ right here.
Yeah, yeah, dude, definitely. Like you not only like if you survive a decision against Yoel Romero. That's pretty crazy. If you beat Yoel Romero in a decision, that is insane. I mean, that's insane. But like and this fight delivered 100%. Like there's always like you see these big names and you're always just like, okay, like this is gonna be an awesome fight. But then sometimes it's like, for example, like Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou. Like when that fight was announced, everyone was like, holy shit, someone's gonna die. And then they fought and they just stared at each other for 15 minutes. But like this is one of those fights where it's like that did not happen at all. They beat the shit out of each other and it was awesome. Like that point where Costa knocked down Romero and then he just gets up and like pointed to something in the crowd and then just fucking knocked Costa down. Oh my god!
And then he kept sticking his tongue out too. He's like, bleh.
Dude. At first I thought like Costa just like hit him and like just hit a certain part of his brain that just like shut it off, and he was just like didn't know where he was and was just doing like the Albert Einstein thing where he would stick his tongue out because he didn't know what he was doing kind of thing, and he just that's what I thought he was doing. But then it turned out I was like, no, he's just trolling him. He's just goofing off. And like my favorite part throughout the entire thing was when they announced the decision and like Romero thought that he'd won even after they said that Paulo Costa won. I don't know if you saw that, but like they said like Costa, wins, and he threw his hands up and was all happy. And like as he did that, Romero like also threw his hands up and was like, yeah. And then they kind of looked around and was like, shit.
That's tough.
Yeah. But Juice Bowl. That's why I kept calling it the Juice Bowl, because I mean, look at them both. And Paulo Costa is the Juice champion now. He holds the Juice title, the Juice belt.
Where does Romero go from here? Fight anybody coming up?
I would say he fights the loser of Adesanya Whitaker, maybe. Unless it's Whitaker, just because like that fight's already happened multiple times.
I think, dude, both fights were so close.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're both so awesome. I'd pay to see it again too.
I thought Romero won the second fight.
I thought it was a draw. Yeah, and I didn't see like I thought he was either a draw or Romero won. Mm-hmm. That's how I'd like.
Dude, it was definitely 10-8s in there, dude.
That's what I thought too. I think it was the third round or the fourth round.
Third round Romero. Dude.
Yeah. Okay.
What
yeah. 10-8. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay.
He is the king of the third round.
It was, dude. That was like one of the most like heart pounding fights I've ever seen. Like I was like on the edge of my seat the entire time. The second fight, I mean the first fight too. Like they were both phenomenal. But on to more like fake belts. What I forget what he called it. But Nate Diaz, Anthony Pettis. I know what did he say? It was the most like the gangster belt, the
thug. I don't know.
The thug belt, the savage belt. Any of those terms could apply. But I hadn't looked at the numbers until today. Holy shit.
Yeah, right.
Holy fucking shit. 205 strikes to 86, 114 significant to 69, and then 1 for 1 on takedowns.
Impressive.
Yeah. Dude, like, the big question was, like, he comes off after, like, 3 years. And I've said it last week. I was like, last time he came off after a few-year layoff, he tore Gray Maynard up. Mm-hmm. Beat the shit out of him. Right. Beat the shit out of Michael Johnson or it might have been Michael Johnson who came after the couple-year layoff. But regardless, beat the shit out of his opponent. So I was like, him being laid off I'm not really worried about him. And I just thought Pettis was going to be able to put together a game plan where he was going to be able to like stop the pressure of Diaz, kind of like the way McGregor did when he fought Diaz, where he just kept kicking him in the leg, and he was kind of able to like snuff the pressure a little bit. Eventually, Nate started coming through in like the 4th, 5th round, or I would say more 5th round of that fight. But I thought Pettis was going to be able to do that, and for the first round, I thought he was doing pretty well. Like he was hitting Nate clean, like doing really solid. But I knew as the fight was going to go on, like if Pettis didn't put him away in the first round, which is extremely hard to do because Nate has like a chin made of like cement or some shit, I knew Nate was going to start taking over. And sure enough, dude, just started pouring it on. I like he's another one, like until his chin goes like Chuck Liddell's and like you're able to knock him out easier, he's extremely difficult to beat because you'll hit him as hard. You can hit him with a baseball bat. And he'll just still like be like, what, bitch?
Yeah.
Like not even care.
Flips him off.
Right.
Dude, I mean, I just love everything about Nate Diaz. Like, how can you not like this man? Like, he is amazing.
dude.
He's hilarious, right?
Dude, he comes in like what? Like, why were you laid off? Why were you not fighting for so long? Because everyone else sucked. That
Yeah,
was like,
right?
dude.
I love
Oh
one of
my
my
God.
favorite Nate Diaz moments. He's on like I think it was like MSNBC with Conor McGregor.
Yes,
Nate
yeah.
fucking goes, "What is this? The Money Channel? The fuck we doing here?" Like that shit was hilarious.
Dude, they just kept asking him like business questions.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
at first he was like answering them and like being like courteous,
Mm-hmm.
and then like later he started looking around like, what the fuck are we doing
Yeah,
here, dude? This
yeah.
is stupid.
He's so real. I love it. Have
Oh my God, dude.
you ever seen his girlfriend?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, you.
I know he has a kid.
Really?
I
didn't
think
know he was
so.
a kid. His girlfriend looks so sweet.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
I
like-
gotta see her now. Nate Diaz.
You would never really think. Like, you definitely can tell she, like, just by looking at him, that they're just, like, a perfect match. Opposites attract.
Right. Is this her?
Misty Davis, I think is her name.
Oh my God, she looks like normal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a
like
nor-
the girl next door.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like she looks like college educated, and not that Nate wouldn't get with someone like that.
Right.
It's just you don't expect a fighter to be with someone who looks so like you said, normal.
Cheerleader,
like sweet,
like,
you said,
yeah, yeah.
sweet, yeah, like cheerleader, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe she's nuts too.
Maybe.
I mean, you heard that story about Eddie Alvarez when he like dated his wife for the first time, and like he got into a fight in like a
Yeah.
park
Yeah.
in
She
Philly.
jumped on the guy's back. or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, so he is, back. And okay, I got to say this, dude. Okay, so I was listening to 610 AM radio, which is ESPN's radio in Philadelphia today. And some fucking clown, I don't know who it is, because I didn't look up what time slot it was
Fuck
that the
you,
show
whoever you
is.
are.
Yeah, no, fuck you, dude. He was like 11. It was like 11:45. I want to say about like 11:30, between 11:30 and 12. But he's talking about like this fight, I guess, coming up. And I did come in like kind of halfway through it, so I might not be giving the guy justice. But he was saying, he's like, this guy comes in after 3 years of not fighting, and then he doesn't really train much, and then he's calling for a fight with Jorge Masvidal. I'm like,
Excuse me, sir.
Nate Diaz doesn't fucking train much.
No, he runs triathlons,
Right.
bro, get out.
I was like,
What are
okay, so
talking
you're
about?
telling me the triathlete who is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxes with some of the best boxers in the fucking world. He doesn't train?
No, he trains.
You jabroni? Like, he just
Yeah.
beat a former world champion. Beat the brakes off of him, let's be honest.
He's beaten 2 world champions.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. It just drove me up the wall. Like, I went on a rant. I was like, dude, how does this guy have a fucking job talking about this like this? He has no idea what he's talking about. There's no respect for Nate Diaz from that dude, and that pissed me off a lot.
It's tough for a lot of like mainstream, sports media outlets. They don't cover. I think the New York Times actually did a story on Nate Diaz recently.
Really?
Yeah, but regardless, it's hard. You see like Stephen A. Smith. It's like my skin just fucking crawls.
Right, yeah,
they just
dude.
like all the confidence in the world, and
Right.
they're just making no sense.
No, none. But then on to the title fight. Another one that, like, when you look at the numbers, it's like, damn.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. Like, Daniel Cormier was hands down winning this fight. I don't.
Up 3 rounds. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I
Some
thought.
people are saying 2-1 after the third, and like, okay, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I gave it 3-0 DC. I thought he was schooling him. I mean,
I did too.
then the numbers don't lie either. 230 strikes to 135. He had 73% accuracy, Daniel Cormier. With like, and Stipe has the reach in this fight, so like that makes it even more impressive. And then 181 significance from 123. They both had a takedown out of three attempts. I don't even remember them even attempting that many takedowns. But regardless, like it was like 4th round. Stipe was just like, all right, time to switch it up.
Let's go. Yeah.
And just started ripping him to the body. And as soon as he started ripping him to the body, I was like, okay, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's doing something. He's got some plan, some trick up his sleeve. He's doing something, because that came out of nowhere. Like, he wasn't throwing body shots really much in the first 3 rounds.
DC was throwing a lot of body
Yeah.
shots. Yeah.
And then he just started just ripping him. Just bam, left hook,
Mhm.
bam, left hook. And then, like, the one he hit him, like, right before he finished him, he hit him, and it, like, just made this just solid thud noise. And I was like, oh, shit. And then he just poured it on up top.
The fight IQ, man. He saw he was hurt. Went for
Beautiful.
the kill. Done. And Daniel, I don't really think showed he was hurt that much either. Like
No.
you had to I watched it like 3, 4, or 5 times, and
Yeah.
if you really look, he kind of just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like
no.
if you're watching it live, I don't think a lot of people picked up on it.
I kind of didn't either. Like at first,
Mhm.
like when he hit him with the body shot, I was like, I didn't think he was really hurt that much when I hit him with the body shot.
Right.
And then he like landed the 1-2 over top, and it landed clean. And that was like my first inkling of like, okay, he might be hurt. Not because like he looked hurt, just because when Stipe landed that clean, I was like, the only reason he was able to land that clean
Because that hurt.
is if he hurt him.
Mhm.
So, and yeah, sure enough, dude, he just started pouring it on, and like, I forget who was reffing. I think it was Herb Dean, but like they gave him like plenty of opportunity to get up. Like,
You could say too much.
Yeah,
he could have stopped it a lot
he
sooner.
could, yeah, I felt that way too. But I understand, he's the champion. Got to give him, his chance. Fair enough. But
Paid $69.99 for this, so
Right.
make it worthwhile.
Yeah, right, dude. But yeah, like okay, so like, what's next for all these guys? Like Derek Brunson, I have no idea what he's gonna do next. Who does he fight next?
Another Contender Series
Yeah.
person, all right? Build the show.
Yeah, right. Why not, dude? He's finally apparently he didn't. I didn't know this. Didn't have a head coach.
For this fight?
No, like this is like I think the second fight he's had head coach. Never had like a centered
Never?
head coach before. Apparently,
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, well, I don't get the point of that. Like, why would you not? I feel like it can only help you.
I have no idea. I guess if you don't like, authority. I
Yeah,
don't
right.
know.
Yeah,
Right,
I
who
guess, dude.
knows?
Maybe he doesn't like being told what to do.
It's good to have someone to challenge you like that. you know?
Right. Yeah. And then Sadiq Yusuf.
I think he gets a bigger name.
Yeah, I'd say
it's a big fight.
give him a ranked guy,
Give
dude.
him a
Let's do it.
nice
Like
big
I think
fight.
he's ready, dude. He's just running through people. He showed some perseverance in this fight too. So like, I'm just very excited for him.
Let's see. Let me bring up the
Yeah,
rankings.
Like, I'm just super excited for Sadiq. It like
He's not going away.
no,
He's
no,
definitely
you,
sticking
dude.
around.
You do what he's doing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's sticking around for a while, dude. No doubt.
Okay. Let's load this shit up here. Okay.
Who we got?
We got Ryan Hall, 15, Mursad
Oh,
Bektik, I guess.
Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall.
Sadiq Yusuf.
I think-
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Does Ryan Hall have a fight? Or he just fought?
He just fought.
Yeah.
He just won too.
Mm-hmm. Mursad, Shane Burgos, that'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a fun
Ooh,
fight.
that will be fun.
Calvin Cater just got a fight with Zabit.
Yeah.
Josh
shit.
Emmett.
It's gonna be a good fight.
Josh Emmett would be a banger.
That would be. Yeah. It might be a little.
Mm.
He might be biting off a little
Premature,
too much.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I think
Hanato.
he could beat Emmett. I'm not saying that. It's just like if you lose to Emmett, most likely you're gonna lose in like devastating fashion. Like Emmett,
KO.
he likes to send people like into comas and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Shan Sung Young, that could be good.
Yeah.
That's a little early.
That is a little
too.
early, yeah.
I think Shane Burgos, Ryan Hall.
Shane Burgos, Ryan Hall, those would both be
Good
great
fights.
fights. Yeah, dude.
He needs a top 15.
Yeah. And then that's the cool thing about like lightweight and featherweight. It's like you could anybody really. Like there's so
Mhm.
many good guys. Like the top 15 guys. Even like when you said like Shane Burgos, it kind of surprised me he was in the top 15
Yeah.
because it's like he's good enough to
He's
be
coming up.
higher than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always think of when I hear him, I think of Calvin Kattar when he knocked Shane Burgos out. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that was nuts. But anyway, moving on. Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa. We talked about this a little bit. Costa obviously should get the winner. I think I shouldn't say obviously, but I think personally that he should get the winner of Adesanya Whitaker. Deserves a title shot. Anybody who beats Yoel Romero,
Title shot.
you
dude.
should get a title shot.
Absolutely.
There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I think Yoel Romero should fight the loser of that fight as well. So like, the winner fights the winner, and the loser fights the loser, in my opinion. Because if Whitaker wins,
Adesanya.
then you got Adesanya, Yoel.
Good fight.
Ooh. Oh.
Or do they do like, let's say Adesanya loses? Do they do him versus Paulo Costa?
And what? Just leave and have Whitaker just like hang
Whitaker.
out for a bit?
Yeah, I guess.
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
Because I know there's
Costa
some
would be
drama.
pissed.
There's
You-
right. There is some drama with Costa and Adesanya. Adesanya wanted to fight him on the journey up. I
That's
know.
right. Yeah, didn't they talk shit to each other on Twitter or
Yeah.
Instagram or something?
I know Adesanya did an interview with somebody. I'm forgetting who it was, so forgive me. But he had said that he was at some kind of after party, and Dana White was there, and Adesanya's talking with Dana White and goes, "Yo, how about a fight with Costa?" And then Dana White kind of looked at him and was like, "We have other plans for him and things like that." So I guess the timing wasn't right. I trust that they'll get a good fight for him.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just there's another division like there's like between like 185 and like 135, more like 145, I would say. They're just all like top 10. Like you put any of those guys against each other, it's a fucking banger.
85's like becoming a premier division.
That's one of my favorites.
It's a
premier.
premier.
It's phenomenal.
Premier. I would say, featherweight, lightweight, and middleweight are probably best division. Oh, 70. I mean,
welterweight. Yeah, those four though, dude. They're like to me the four prestigious ones.
The best.
And speaking actually, that just reminded me of because we're talking about middleweight. Derek Brunson did say he would like to how did he put it? He'd like to welcome Darren Till to the middleweight division.
Brunson?
Yeah.
That's a great fight.
That'd be a great fight.
Great fight.
I'm putting my money on Darren Till.
He needs a win, dude. What are we doing
And
here?
I think
we got to get a win.
I think he's got it against Brunson. He's just too technical.
He's big, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
He's big for that weight class. I think.
Like he fit in fine.
He's thick.
That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't cut as much weight, dude. He wouldn't have to worry about that as much.
Yeah.
I think he's extremely technical, which I think would work very well for him too. So I think it's a great fight for Darren Till. And if Brunson wins, like, dude, you just beat Darren Till. That's
all right. That's a big win too. Title contender.
Yeah, dude.
He just is. Till's got to keep the speed.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Up. Keep that speed.
Yeah, and the power too.
The power.
Yeah.
He'll have the power, I think, if he moves up like that.
Yeah.
And more so maybe, but the speed.
Yeah, if he does it correctly.
Speed.
Yeah.
His footwork, man.
Savage, dude.
It's good. Just can't get in close.
Savage.
I mean, what was it like? Masvidal knocked him out with a hook, or how did?
No, Masvidal and Woodley didn't knock him out, but that's when they put him on the ground. Yeah. And he set up his submission with that.
That Masvidal knockout was a tough one, man. Because Till was winning the fight, right?
I thought so.
Yeah.
It was an awesome fight too, because like
it was.
You think about the knockout, but then there's Masvidal comes in flying. I don't know if he flew. I thought he flew. Flying kick to the balls by accident.
Whoops.
Hilarious. And like not even 2 seconds later, Dan Till drops him.
Yeah.
And like I remember Jorge like looked up to him and like smiled and was like, "Ooh."
He's like, "Fuck." He's like, "All right."
And then he just knocks him out. It was just that was an awesome fight too.
Mm-hmm.
Jorge Masvidal he's really been supplying great fights recently.
Great content.
Fantastic. And speaking of Jorge Masvidal, then brings us to what's next for Pettis and Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz says Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal is like, let's fucking do it. Dana White apparently said, he's like, oh, well, we haven't finalized anything yet. We haven't done anything. Like, dude, the fans want it. They want it. Just do it.
You know why they don't want to do it? Because Nate Diaz and Masvidal want to get paid.
Yeah,
dude.
that's true.
They are gonna want some fucking money for that fight.
Yeah,
especially
like
Nate Diaz, who is a fucking star now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I think people are really seeing like, God, like Dana White said, what? He's a needle mover now, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was before too.
He
just
was.
didn't. I just think that Dana didn't want to accept that because he just has not a fan of the Diaz brothers.
When it comes to I think the business side of things, they're a little hard to deal with because I think they may take things personally and it's hard not to when you're a fighter, absolutely. But
like I think they care a lot about like loyalty and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So like if you're in the business, there's no loyalty in business anymore. Like not that there ever was. So it's like when they like you're saying like if they just see them as fake. They see like the UFC as fake. The business side of it fake. So they're like, screw you guys. But yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. I'm always game for Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor 3. Always game for that.
See, that fight's always going to be there. So UFC can keep that fight in their back
on the
pocket.
back burner. Yeah. Where if they we're in a desperate situation and they're both willing and able, like they'll set that up 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anthony Pettis, I don't know if he's going to stick at welterweight.
He's going to go back down, you think?
I mean, he seemed like when he beat Wonder Boy, he seemed really happy at welterweight. He seems like he's like, I want to stay here, all that shit.
He was in trouble in that fight, man. He got the knockout,
was in trouble in that fight. Yes, he was.
He threw an ace in the hole out and Hail Mary type of thing and knocked him out, but he was in some trouble. Wonder Boy had him up against the fence, and
Wonder Boy was doing what Wonder Boy does.
Not looking good.
Yeah,
he's just a motherfucker.
But Pettis is a savage, dude. Like that's why I love him. That's why I think everyone else loves him. I think that's why even though he's lost a good amount of fights recently, he's still getting these big fights because he always delivers.
He's game, man. He'll
Yeah.
take a tough fight.
Dude, like
you know?
Tony Ferguson, he dropped. Like,
Right.
that was an awesome fight. Like, his Max Holloway fight, that was a good one, too. Poirier, his fight with Poirier was phenomenal. Even though he lost, it was a phenomenal fight, though.
Oh, the blood on the mat. Everyone, you know.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Oh, God.
And
so
then,
much blood.
And then he beat Kayesa, right? Yeah, he choked him out.
He did beat
Yeah.
Chiesa, yeah. I want to bring up the rankings and just see. Okay, here we go.
I can do it actually right here.
Dan Hooker.
Dan Hooker just actually got a fight.
Oh, who's he fighting?
Ally Kinta.
That's right.
Fucking great fight.
Oh my God,
So
I forgot about
excited.
that.
Great fight, UFC 243. And that's the one without Adesanya Whitaker. Already shaping out to be a banger card.
Oh yeah.
Already shaping out to
Is
be a
that
banger
the
card.
when's that? October? November? This is
October.
October.
October,
Oh,
yeah.
that's soon.
It's like October 15th or something like that.
That's
Dude,
soon.
Khabib Poirier is 2 weeks, 3 weeks
I
away.
know. What? Time
Nuts.
flies, man. Time flies.
I can't believe it. And the main card's at 3 in the afternoon or something like that.
Does Gaethje have a fight? Yeah, Gaethje is fighting Cowboy, right?
Yeah, Cowboy, yeah.
Okay.
Another great fight. Banger after banger, dude.
Dude, maybe you give Pettis the. I would like to see Pettis Gaethje.
You're going to do that to him, dude?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's
dude.
his recent fights have been some of the toughest fights. Out of anybody, let's see, he fought
Maybe a Gregor Gillespie character. That'd be a good fight for Pettis.
that.
Yeah.
You, I like that a lot, dude. I
Yeah.
love Gregor Gillespie. I think he's a savage.
He
Solid
is.
wrestler.
He's trouble, man.
He is.
He's
going to be a
trouble.
trouble
Is
for a
he-
lot of people in the division.
Is he undefeated? I think he may be.
It's either that or one loss.
Yeah.
He's a savage too. But here's Anthony Pettis' recent. Ever since he lost the belt, so he lost to Rafael dos Anjos, killer.
Mhm.
Fights Eddie Alvarez, killer.
Yeah.
Edson Barbosa, killer. Charles Oliveira, killer. Max Holloway, killer. Jim Miller, the only one to me who's not a killer, but he's still a beast, still a vet. Poirier, killer. Kayesa, beast, killer. Tony Ferguson, murderer.
Mhm.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, murderer. Nate Diaz, murderer. That is.
He's game.
Yeah, in the past 4 years, he's had, to me, the toughest schedule of any fighter, and he just keeps showing up.
Yeah.
Beat
Jeremy
Benson Henderson,
Stevens, Joe Lozon, Donald Cerrone, Benson Henderson.
Beat him twice.
Showtime kick. That
Never
shit's
forget,
incredible, dude.
Never forget, man. I'm sure Benson Henderson never does. I'm sure he's reminded of it everywhere he goes. That must suck, dude.
Yeah, he probably doesn't go to a lot of UFC events, huh? Because they share that thing every time
Every
the main
time,
card
dude.
starts.
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Was it?
It was one of the greatest kicks of all time.
Teenage Wasteland.
Right?
They always fucking play that fucking song.
Oh, okay. All right. And then Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic. DC, what did he do? I think you were right when we were talking about it before, that if he won, he was probably going to hang him up.
Yeah,
This
I think so.
threw a monkey wrench in that plan.
I think so too.
What does he do? Does he stay at heavyweight? Does he go back down in light heavyweight? I feel like the only fight for him is John Jones.
I think he tries to run this one back.
He could. It's weird because it's 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing extremely well the second fight before he lost, and so it makes sense to have a third fight. But when I hear the words Stipe DC3, I'm kind of
Yeah, me too.
you know.
You know what? I think that I love DC, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't want you or anyone else to take it the wrong way. I think it's time, man. I think it's time for him just to hang him up.
Yeah, no, I
'cause-
kind of am with you.
Because what do we get if DC's gone? Stipe Miocic versus John Jones.
That's
And
the
that shit,
fight that has to happen.
It's got to happen. I don't need to see. I would love to see DC Jones 3,
Right. Yeah.
but I don't need to. I need to see Stipe Miocic
Yeah.
fight John Jones.
But what about Francis Ngannou?
He can. I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Because I think he deserves it too. But it's let's be honest. Their first fight, Stipe put a clinic on him. I mean,
He did.
other than the first round, that first round was probably the most on the edge of my seat I've ever been in any one round of an MMA fight.
I think Ngannou's got a different head on his shoulders now. I think
think
he
so too,
realizes
yeah.
he's not invincible,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I think he knows that he doesn't need to hold back, right? He can be smart about letting loose.
Right.
I
Yes.
think he's got a little more technical, and he's beaten some good guys.
Yeah. And some good wrestlers.
Good wrestler.
He beat Cain Velasquez. He beat
Velasquez.
Curtis Blades.
Weird knockout of Cain Velasquez.
Very weird.
Right?
Yeah. At first, for the first day or two, I thought Cain just blew out his knee.
I thought so too.
And then then you watch it, you watch it close enough, no, he nipped him,
that
he just,
short punch, right?
Yeah,
Something
dude.
weird. Yeah.
And he just kind of barely nipped him, but he hit him right in the right spot, and he hit so hard that he could destroy a car. So
right.
Yeah, yeah, but still fantastic.
I gotta see Stipe Miocic versus John Jones. It's gotta happen. Make the fight happen.
Yeah, I wanted to see that fight even before. When Francis beat Cain, I wanted Francis to fight DC, and then I wanted Stipe to fight John.
Yeah.
That's I thought that this is perfect. I've been saying it for a while, but I think if anybody's gonna beat John Jones, the best guy with the best shot, it's gotta be Stipe.
I just think if you're in John's corner or John's coaching team, you're going John, what are you gonna do? Stick around at light heavyweight, beat all these guys,
Right?
Or you can cement your place.
Yeah.
He's already got a place in history, right? But you move
100%.
up to heavyweight,
Yeah,
and just murder everybody.
yeah,
That shit. It's forever.
it's over,
man.
dude. Yeah,
It's forever.
set in stone.
Yes, the best fighter, maybe ever. He beats
Probably,
Stipe.
probably.
Right? He's already in that conversation.
The only thing that makes him not in the only thing that makes it questionable is his past issues.
Right.
It's the only thing that that's the shame. If that's the reason why, in my opinion, there's a debate of who's better between him and George and Fedor or some other guys. But it's if he didn't have PED issues and all these arrests and all this bullshit, to me bona fide number one, no one's better than John Jones, hands down.
A lot of those older boxers, I'm trying to think of who it was.
What, like 1950s older boxers or
No.
1980s older boxers?
Older, probably earlier than that.
Oh,
All
like
those
20s.
Sugar Ray.
Right.
Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray Robinson, dude. That guy's passed. Crazy, right? Terrible.
Right.
Terrible person. Probably the best boxer ever.
How
One
is he?
of them.
I don't know much about his past. How is he a terrible person?
I watched a document. I shouldn't say. I mean, he beat his wife, beat his kids, cheated on his wife, all kinds of stuff like that.
Jesus.
Right? There's a great documentary out
Right.
about him, but I don't know. It's just something about that chaos. Being not caring about other people. I guess just makes you kind of great. I don't know. When you're a fighter, I guess.
No, I would agree, dude. I think that's pretty much the best way to put it. If you don't care,
Right.
you don't care about getting hurt. You don't care about hurting another person. So it's kind of sociopathic in a way.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Tyson, crazy past. Some technical adjustments are being made.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that other was not working, but we're good. Anyway, but yeah, no, I do. Mike Tyson was cause D'Amato, his coach was would tell him you're a machine, you're a killer.
I love Cus D'Amato.
You are not a human, you are a machine.
I mean, look
that
at Floyd.
murders people.
I shouldn't even say it's those older boxers, because look at Floyd Mayweather, right? He's
Yeah.
got some shit going on.
He beat his girlfriend,
Wife,
baby mama,
yeah,
one of them.
yeah. I'm sure.
Enough to be bad. Enough to. Yeah.
You hit women. I can't.
I mean,
support
dude,
that, dude.
no, you can't. But but you're all at the same time, dude, they're fighters. They have to have some type of screw loose in order to step into a cage and fight somebody. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You have to be somewhat fucking crazy, right?
Mhm, definitely.
But anyway, speaking of old dudes, old fighters, this weekend the only fight that's really going on is Bellator. They're finally back after a month. Yeah, about a month. Over a month. Matt Mitrione and Sergey Kharitonov. Personally super excited for this fight.
Sergey Kharitonov's a motherfucker.
He's been around for a while. Been around for a while. Still a savage.
He's not going away.
No, he's one of those Russian dudes, man. They just don't I feel like they don't stop.
No.
He's just I don't have I feel like if you asked him dude, you think you should retire? I feel like he'd be I don't even know what that word is. I don't know. I've never heard of that. They're just savages.
Lethal more time.
Right. But I was looking at this card, I'm almost more excited for the the prelims. Like, you have some good fighters on here. Like, where is the
But
one?
like Bellator drops off fast. You know what I mean?
does.
Like early on in the card, you're like, wait, this is their like third professional fight. You know,
yeah,
it's like
okay, so like Austin Vanderford is one of the guys in the prelims. Paige Van Zandt,
oh shit, Austin Vanderford.
he's pretty
the
good
man.
too.
He's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So
Yeah.
like, I'm excited for him. He's in the prelims.
Nick Newell on the card too.
Nick
right?
Newell is on the card. Yeah, dude. Timothy Johnson.
Oh yeah, he went to
Another
Bellator.
beast. Ricky Bandejas, the dude who knocked out
Motherfucker.
James Gallagher. These are all on the prelims.
Right.
Nuts.
Ricky Mendejas is a motherfucker.
And then, yeah, like you were saying, like Nick Newell, 15-2 with one arm, fucking crazy.
In not just any organization either. Like he's a WEC guy, I think.
I don't know.
Let me look. I gotta know.
Yeah.
I think he was in no, he definitely was a WEC guy because he fought Gaethje, dude. He lost to Gaethje.
Well, I don't think Gaethje was in WEC.
No, he was. Yeah,
Okay,
I think
alright.
so.
Hold on.
Let me see. Nick Newell's record.
I got him right here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Boom, look at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he lost to Gaethje.
He did lose to Gaethje.
Yeah,
You're right.
in WEC.
But let's see. Let's see here. Nope. Didn't want to fucking do that. Scroll, bitch.
Oh, WSOF. Sorry.
World Series of Fighting.
The W's.
The W, yeah. You get confused.
Yeah.
WCW, SOF, George W. Bush. It's all the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. He lost to Gaethje. I remember the Contender Series one, because who didn't?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like XFC, Cage Titans, like these are not like little rinky dinky organizations like LFA. Like these are like solid organizations, man.
Serious
Like,
organizations.
and a lot of them are just from chokes, which he uses his lack of an arm to help him a lot, and it works incredibly well. So yeah, I mean, dude, anytime he fights, I'm like excited because I'm like, it's just you can't not see it. It's just super fun.
Yeah.
But then, like you were saying, like dudes who have never fought before, like you got Grant Neal versus Alpha Tor, 0-0. Crony Gracie 1-1 versus Oscar Vera 0-1.
Crone Gracie.
Savage.
Love Crone Gracie.
Yeah. But yeah, love him. But Conry, I'm gonna do Conry. Conry Gracie. Don't know much about him, and he's only 1-1. So yeah, like you're saying, yeah, like there's not a lot of like beef to these cards. Like you have like the main event and everything like that, but
I mean, I guess the UFC isn't beefy all the way through, but it's like, I mean, these are established fighters.
yes,
right?
yeah. Like even the early prelims, you're still seeing people have fought 3, 4, 5 times, and if they only fought like 3 or 4 times, mostly like they usually beat the crap out of their opponent pretty bad.
Yeah.
In order for them to get into the UFC. But I do like how like Bellator does like take a chance on like these people, like gives them an opportunity to make themselves and stuff like that. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, yeah.
Coker's got a good thing going there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of him, he did say recently, it was an interview with I think it was MMAfighting.com, and he said that Cyborg could be coming to Bellator. And how he put it, how he put it was the greatest women's MMA fighter of all time. Let's be honest. She's not.
She's not.
No. She's very close.
I think they should run that back. Come on.
Me too, dude. Me too.
Make that shit happen.
I would have loved to have that.
Right.
But like, I don't know. The UFC says Cyborg didn't want it. Cyborg said the UFC didn't want it. It's, he said, she said, whole thing.
I mean, the UFC. I mean, when you think about it, UFC's got something going here. They
With Nunes, you're saying?
Yeah, best women's fighter of all time. You know,
and
that's
it's
a
bonafide.
great.
To me, there's
selling
no
point.
debate there.
There's no debate now, right?
Right.
But if
yeah, that's
Cyborg
right,
comes
right.
back,
Yeah, that's true.
there's some debate.
Yeah.
It's a great selling point.
Like, I mean, she beat every other female champion that there ever has been, except for the strawweight division. Like flyweight division, except for Nico Montano. Excuse me, but like flyweight division, like the Valentina Shevchenko beat her twice. You think once, but that's fine.
Right. I think once.
Right. I mean, it's wrong, but that's fine.
Okay. One takedown, you're going to say, I thought she did enough to win. I don't know.
I mean, it's fine, dude. It's fine. Everyone has wrong opinions every once in a while. But then,
Fuck out of here.
But then you got Ronda Rousey, 48 seconds. Chris Cyborg, like 52 seconds. Holly Holm, like 3 minutes in. Misha Tate beat Rain Day Ronda May. She was featherweight champion for a little while, let's be honest, technically. beat her once already. She's gonna fight her again. So who knows? She's probably gonna beat her again a second time. I don't see that fight going much differently. No disrespect for Deronda May, but yeah, like hands down greatest ever.
What, she beat Rousey and Cyborg in under 1 round?
And Tate. You put
And
all,
Miesha Tate
and you
under
put all
1
three of those
round?
fights together. in 1 round.
Ridiculous.
Savage, dude. No one. Terrifying. And she's like smiling and shit when she does. Like she loves to hurt people. It's awesome. But yeah. So Cyborg might be going to Bellator, which I'm actually excited for because like they actually have a solid featherweight division. Whereas like the UFC, I feel like they just kind of made one for her. But there's like even now, if you look at it, there's nobody in that division except for Nunes as champion. Other than that, it's like the division doesn't even really exist.
The Cyborg division.
Yeah,
It was for a
it
while.
was.
Yeah.
But then, like, I was looking at, like, theirs. Like, they have, like, Arlene Blanco, 5-3 in Bellator at featherweight. Julia Budd, who's their champion. 13-2, 7-0 at featherweight. Sinead Kavanaugh, Olga Rubin, Amanda Bell, Jonna Harding, Amber Liebrick, Toledo Noguera, Leah McCourt, Leslie Smith, former UFC, Marina Mognakina. I'm hoping that's how you say it. Hatis Oziert, excuse me, and like all like a solid number of people.
Yeah.
And like Julia Budd is pretty fucking good.
Right.
So like I'm actually hoping to me if you get Cyborg, you immediately give her a title fight. Yeah, there's no other thing, nothing else you should do. And I just would love to see her fight Julia Budd. Like Julia Budd's a really solid fighter, and like as good as Cyborg, as much as savage as she is, I always think like I don't know, her competition has been kind of light in the past. Like she wasn't fighting at like UFC level a lot, and then she fights against Amanda Nunes, who's like to me like one of the first people that was like like on her level, like bona fide on her level, and she got smoked in 1 round. So I don't know. I would love to see her fight against like another person who's like equally up to her level.
How long ago was
Julia
that?
Budd.
How long ago was that fight?
Julia Budd or Nunes?
Yeah, Julia Budd's
Last fight?
Yeah.
Was last month, July 15th. Yeah, she like just fought, and it was against Olga Rubin, and she won by TKO. I think it was a head kick or something. But yeah,
I would definitely be interested in anytime Cyborg fights. You watch.
You watch,
You know,
yeah.
you gotta watch.
you're watching history. It's like Mike Tyson, dude. It's like either like
gonna
he's
say.
probably gonna knock. It's either how long is this bitch gonna last against her, or it's like if this girl wins, like holy crap, she just beat Cyborg. So yeah. And then moving on to the pound for pound rankings. Let me go back to the UFC.com here. Nate Diaz, or not Nate Diaz, Jesus. John Jones, I know is number 1.
I mean, it's pretty. I thought it was clear before that he should be number 1. But I
Right,
guess
right.
not. I mean,
DC was number 1 because he had, the 2 belts,
Yeah.
the 2 belt thing. And I get that. I agree with it too. Like he to me, in my opinion, like you have a guy who has 2 belts, they should be the number 1 pound for pound person.
I guess the argument there is he beat that guy twice.
Right, right. That is the argument. That you're 100% right, dude. I think, in my personal humble opinion, that Khabib should be number 1, and here's why. He's undefeated. Number 1. Number 2. John Jones has only fought at light heavyweight, and so Khabib's only fought at lightweight. So I'm not down. I'm not knocking him, but like light heavyweight isn't the most robust.
It's definitely not.
Not the deepest of divisions. And, like, he's beaten everybody handily, easily.
Yeah.
But, like, for example, like, his past 3 fights, like, he fought Anthony Smith, Alex Gustafsson, and Thiago Santos. Anthony Smith, he beat the brakes off of pretty much. I mean, it was kind of, it wasn't really even much of a fight. Then he fights against Alex Gustafsson, someone he already beat before, and smoked him. Then he fights against Thiago Santos, a guy who he should beat handily, like on paper. And it was a tough fight.
Maybe it's just that's a fighter John's not used to, kind of that style.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
think
used
so
to,
too. Yeah.
You know.
But you look at Khabib, he's only ever lost like 1 round. 1 round.
Maybe.
Like, yeah. He's beaten the shit out of everybody.
What round did he lose? I guess against Connor?
I think he lost 1 round against Connor. And who else did he fight? There was someone else he fought that was like controversial that he beat.
Michael Johnson. He got dropped or something, right?
Not, everyone says that he got like punched clean. That's really all that happened. Like it was because like Rogan and whoever else was commenting at the time like did the whole like like scream.
All right.
Because like you never saw Khabib really hurt, but like he got like hit clean, but then just took him down and beat the shit out of him anyway.
He didn't get dropped. I guess he just like got hit.
Yeah, right. And like when I first saw it, I thought like he stunned him, and I watched it back. I'm like, he didn't even really stun him. He just kind of hit him, and like Khabib reacted as if he got punched in the face. So like, it's not insane.
It's like, wow, you can hit him. Okay.
Yeah,
What
right.
do you do from there?
Right. And then they have Cejudo at 3. I agree with that. That's double champ, and handily so.
What is this shit going on with him and Valentina? Like, have you?
I didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's kind of cringy, right?
It's extremely cringy.
Right.
That's all that it is.
Right.
And like that's all he does.
He's
Just make
like
people uncomfortable.
a shorter, more awkward Tony Ferguson. I didn't think it could be possible.
Yeah.
But
Tony's awkwardness to me is like kind of like funny.
yeah, it's kind of funny
And
yeah.
like comical. Whereas his is just like, dude, just get this guy
Shut
off the
fuck
TV.
up,
Yeah,
man.
like
you're the double champ. Just be
cool.
cool. Be cool.
Right, yeah. But
You can't.
yeah,
You
dude.
can't.
Like getting caught with weed in the car and a cop pulls up. Just be cool, dude.
Yeah,
Just
right.
fucking chill out. Don't say anything. Don't open up your mouth.
Shove it up your ass. Hurry.
You're right, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Like just like the snake thing when he fought TJ. It was like, dude, all right, man, we get it.
He whips the rubber snake
like,
on.
dude.
It's like, oh, all right, man. Okay.
It's just uncomfortable, dude. I just feel uncomfortable when he's on screen.
I think like
He's a
Captain
killer.
Eric is trying to be like, oh, you gotta like make your mark, or I don't know. I don't know who's telling him to do that shit.
Right. Like, he could be, but it's like, dude, he makes his mark in the cage. Like you're fantastic. Like you knocked out TJ Dillashaw. You knocked out Marlon Moraes. Like you're a beast. Just be a beast. You don't have to be a weirdo. But yeah, okay. Then Stipe number 4. Kind of high for me.
Yeah.
Kind of high. I mean, like, yeah, he beat DC, but like again, like he's, in my opinion, he was down 3 rounds to nothing. My biggest gripe with this whole thing is that Amanda Nunes is down 5.
I was just gonna
That's
say.
my biggest gripe.
What?
What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
The greatest women fighter of all time, easily.
I think she's like 2.
Me too. Yeah, dude. Like, how is she not? How is she
yeah.
not? She has 2 belts, and like we said before, beat every other champion that has ever been
Right.
in women's MMA except for the strawweight division and Nico Montano.
She killed the strawweight division.
Right? Yeah, dude. Like ended Cyborg. Like the UFC should love her, right?
Right.
Because like Dana is not a fan of Cyborg. Let's be honest, never has been. So it's
Anderlei
like
Silva in a dress.
Jesus Christ, dude. Imagine working for a guy who calls you Vanderlei Silva in a dress. Even if you're a man,
Yeah.
I would take that as an insult.
When I was at work, I told like my boss at the time, I was like, I'd really like to work for the UFC. He's like, you complain about me? And he's like, and you want to work for Dana White? I was like, I guess.
That's a good point, dude. He's
Yeah.
he's got a good point. But yeah, okay. And then we got Max Holloway number 6, DC number 7, Poirier 8, Usman 9, Ferguson 10, Whitaker 11, Shevchenko 12, McGregor 13, Woodley 14, Andrade 15. I mean, for the other than that, I feel like you can mix that around, do what you will with it. But like other than that, I don't really see much of an issue with it. Like Poirier, I understand why he's number 8 because like he used to be a killer at featherweight, moved up to the lightweight, he's a killer there too, and he's beating guys good like Gaethje, Alvarez. And he's got a shot against Poirier, beat Max Holloway. Granted, it wasn't in the division, but still phenomenal shit, man. Kamaru Usman, another one, like beat Tyron Woodley. He deserves to be jumped up there. Everyone else I'm fine with. It's really just the top 5 that I'm just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Like Amanda Nunes, that's really all it is. Amanda Nunes. Like, dude, what?
I think she's 2, 3 maybe.
Yeah, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
3 maybe. But like other than that, I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And then Colby Covington, I wanted to bring this up because apparently where is it?
Is he pound for
Where
pound?
is it?
What? Oh.
He's not on the pound for pound list. But I may not have found it, actually. I'm trying to think.
I think Askren got a fight with Maya, too. Fun fact.
He did, yeah. It's
Yeah.
snooze fest, man. I feel like it's just going to be, it's 5 rounds, but they're just going to be rolling around on each other.
Yeah.
But Colby said something. I can't find the article now, but he said something about, like, he's kind of talking shit on Masvidal. And like when he did, I was like, here we go, dude.
Storyline.
There's the seed, dude. He fucking planted it. It's gonna bloom into a beautiful violent flower.
What did he say?
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna try to find it now. But like, I was almost ready for that because like I remember they had an interview with Jorge where they showed him what Colby said about Matt Hughes. I shouldn't be laughing, dude. He was so fucked up.
Oh, to see that live.
It was awful. It was awful.
God.
I'm just gonna look up his name. It'll come up. But like, so and I saw like Jorge was like, yeah, that's not cool. Like he shouldn't have said that. Like that was like messed up. Like that he called it stupid. He was like that was a dumb thing for him to do.
Here's what I would like to know: is there a contract Masvidal signs that says, okay, you could talk all that shit about me. I'm not gonna say a whole lot back, but we're gonna fight and make a ton of money. And they both agree to like what offer they're gonna both take, and you know,
Like him and Covington.
It's all planned out. Like they have this shit on lockdown.
Could be, man.
Right.
Could be like wolf tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like
wolf tickets.
wolf tickets. Dana
What?
George,
Dana.
Sony wolf tickets.
What do you mean by that?
Dude, I still don't even know.
Like, yeah. Who was that? Ariel that asked that question?
I think
Someone
maybe.
like prominent like that.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Jorge Masvidal said he would fight him. Oh, maybe this is it. I'm not reading the full headline. Hold on, this might be it. Yeah, Covington calls Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal fight the Battle of the Journeyman.
Oh,
Dude,
Colby.
planting the
Dude.
seed.
You've definitely got one of the best friends ever, and it's like you're just kicking him to the curb here.
Right.
What are
Like,
we
yeah,
doing?
he goes, yeah, you know, it's the Battle of the Journeyman. It's an exciting fight. The Battle of the 500 level fighter.
Oh, come on, Colby.
Dude.
Just
I love it. I love it. Like, please. I would love for them to fight.
this is a Garbrandt Dillashaw situation.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
making, huh?
Yeah. But he says, right, there is no beef. He's still my best friend. He continued, man, we go back, and you don't know what me and that guy have been through. We've been through so much together, so I got nothing but respect and love for him. He's my brother.
Dude, just like a good person. Like Masvidal is just a good guy.
Yeah. Unless you're Ben Askren.
Right.
And then he just
Yeah, but Ben Askren,
beats the shit.
kind of got it coming, right? I mean,
Yeah, he did kind of buy a ticket to that.
right.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, he knew what he was.
He knew what he was
knew
doing. He knew he was talking shit, and he knew it wasn't going to go
well.
well. But he was cool about it, though. He handled it well, I thought.
Oh, I thought he handled it really well.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So on to the ease back part of the show. Okay, so what we were doing. Okay, what was it? Guilty pleasure movies. Okay, so this is what I wanted to bring up. This is why I thought of this.
Okay.
So this weekend, my mom left to go down to the shore. She always goes like once a year. You know, she goes down to the shore with like some aunts and stuff like that. They hang out.
Girls trip type of deal.
Yeah, girls' weekend. Yeah, exactly. But years ago, and this is the first time I've ever. I think I maybe told one other person this story. Years ago, me and my dad were just hanging out at home because my mom, she wasn't there, so we were just hanging out. And I don't know where my brother was. He was at like a friend's house or something. I don't know. But it was just me and him, and like I was just sitting on the couch like on my phone. We weren't really watching TV together, but we were both like in the same room when TV was on. There was like some movie was playing, like some dude movie, like Rocky or Karate Kid or some shit. And we're sitting there, and like I'm on my phone, just kind of goofing off, like because I don't have anything to do, and fucking Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff comes on. Right.
Classic Oscar.
Right. Classic,
Oscar
dude.
worthy.
Classic. And it comes on, and I kind of make a joke of like, oh, you're going to change it? And he's like, oh, we're both, making jokes at each other. And he goes on the guide, and he tries to find something. Nothing else is like really there, so he just goes out of guide.
Watch it.
Maybe he starts going on. I'm like, here, let me look. And I look over. I don't find anything either. And we just sit there, watch the whole fucking movie, and enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it.
You liked it.
I liked the Hilary Duff version of Cinderella Story. And it ended, and he was like, we don't ever talk about this. We don't ever say we saw this movie.
Wow.
This is, like, we both enjoy, like, to the point where we were, like, providing commentary. We were just like, oh, I wonder what she's going to do in this scene. Like, just, like shit like that. Like, she was working at a restaurant, and, like, there was someone being mean to her, and we were like, what a bitch. Like, we were fully invested in this movie, and like I just started thinking about like other movies that I liked that like I probably shouldn't Like
Right.
I went out of my way to buy the entire Big Mama's House trilogy.
God damn.
I love those movies.
Those are shit.
I know, but I love them, dude. But then we started talking. Me and you started talking too, and then like we started saying like guilty pleasure as in like porn movies, and it's like, okay, first of all, I don't think there even are there even porn movies anymore?
Oh, there's porn movies.
Movies,
Absolutely.
like full on movies.
Definitely. There's a Game of Thrones fucking. I mean, I guess I'm coming clean here, but I haven't seen it, but I've seen the ads for it.
Well, your friend, right? Your friend.
No,
is,
yeah, my friend totally was like, no, yeah, no. It's definitely out there. There's definitely Star Wars porn movies.
Well, what about like non-parodies? I'm talking about like just fresh,
Oh, dude, there's definitely
new
dude.
script. I just
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
what's the point anymore?
Well, you see, I think where the industry's going is like,
what?
I think they're doing like a lot of, I don't know. You have those things like, you know, I don't know. It's like the shit where it's like your friend's sister, your friend's mom. Like I see that
Right.
shit, I'm like, that's disgusting, dude. I can never put myself there to do that.
Yeah.
I just gotta like, but that's like where a lot of those movies.
But you can
are
put
kinda-
yourself in the Star Wars ones.
I get. Well, I haven't watched.
Like, I couldn't
it,
fuck
but
my friend's mom, but an alien.
an alien.
That's
Oh, yeah,
fine.
see, that's different.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
no personal relationship, just you could do that.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta get.
But I don't
Don't
know. I
think
guess
about
they're
that.
not movies, but are they like episodes? I guess there's no storyline.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
But-
well, yeah, that's true.
No, like no storyline. I guess between the episodes.
Right,
But
right.
I don't know. It's like a variety. It's a different thing every time, kind of. But it's
Yeah,
still
I
the same
guess. I don't know.
premise. I don't know.
I feel like with like I guess like movies. I've never really I've never seen a porn movie
No.
like where I put it in like a DVD,
You want to
like
go?
a
There's
VHS.
there's a place in Bristol I haven't been to. I've just seen it.
Is it a
says-
theater or?
Oh,
is
dude,
it,
it's got one. I saw that. Saw it. Yeah. I've never been in there. Okay, I'm just saying. Never been in there, but I saw the sign.
But you-
okay, I
right.
saw the sign.
and you know
driving
the
by.
interior and you know what the carpet looks like.
No, but I'm
know
assuming
the
if they're
wallpaper,
advertising
right.
theater on the side of it, and
Yes,
it's
yeah.
like you think there's a theater in there.
That's a good point. Yeah. I mean I'm good. Like
You're
I-
good. Okay, I'll just go by myself then. Lonely.
That's fine, dude. I've been in a sex shop before,
Oh,
but we were buying a friend of mine graduated and we bought him a
I've been in this. Who? I
What
mean,
was it
who
called?
hasn't been in a sex shop?
right.
You know, it's uncomfortable for everybody.
Yeah, oh,
The
yeah.
cashier.
It's very
everyone-
weird.
No one knows really.
Very odd.
The cashier's been working there 20 years, still doesn't know
They
what
don't
to
give a
say to
shit.
the guy. You
Yeah,
know, at
right,
the
yeah.
counter.
Right, dude. Because like there shouldn't be any conversation in that. Like it should, just
Here you go. It's
Right.
like, but you know, I don't know. I like a little conversation at the counter. Yes, I don't know how's
Yeah,
your
I
day
don't
going.
mind
They're
it.
like, what the fuck? You know,
right, right.
I don't know.
But yeah, we bought it was a fleshlight for
You bought him a fleshlight.
because he graduated high
Oh.
school. Well, I didn't, but it was my friend, but it was actually my friend. I'm not referring to myself, saying my friend.
There's nothing wrong if you want a fleshlight.
Right. But no, like my friend bought it for him for his graduation present. The funniest part was like we got to his graduation party. It was the same day, so we like went right from the sex shop to his house. And like as like he gave him the gift and like he didn't open it yet, but like he already knew what it was. And like he mid barbecue in his backyard, family like grandma's sitting right basically next to him. And he goes, "Yo, Dad, guess what blank got me?" And his dad, not even hesitating, not even a second, just goes, "Pocket pussy." Fucking nailed it. And he was just like, "Yup," and they just both started laughing. And I'm like, "Where am I, dude? What is going on?"
Yeah, that's a little strange.
It was a little much. It was great. It was one of the funniest experiences I have ever had. But
You ever see that video on YouTube of the guy who's like, I assume he's joking, but he's like reviewing a fleshlight or a pocket pussy, as you put it.
Right.
And he goes, he's like, well, you know, it's really the pussy aspect of it's really good, but the pocket aspect, that's where I have the. He's like, he like films himself in a
fuck, dude?
store, like it's like hanging out of his pocket.
that's got to be a joke, dude. That can't be real.
It's a joke, yeah. But and then he's at the cashier. He's like
got some
squirting.
serious problems.
He's like squirting change out of the fucking
Oh
fleshlight.
my god.
On the counter, and the cashier's just like looking like yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, dude.
Great.
Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Nothing wrong. You know, one gripe I have is how come women can buy sex toys and it's like, oh, she's embracing her feminine side. Oh. But it's like a guy buys one and it's like, oh, you probably like
sick
it up your
bastard.
ass too, don't
Yeah,
you?
but-
It's like, what the fuck? No, like
Dude, I don't know, dude.
you can't assume. You
So
know,
I guess it's a double standard, I guess, dude. I
guess.
don't know why.
I guess
it is weird.
you know why
right?
it could be a little weird, because men, we don't need to have the sex toy, right? It's
Yeah,
pretty good
that's true.
with your hand, but it's like if you're going to go the next level, you spend a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Some serious.
See, like I don't know. I feel like going to the next level is like the equivalent of like doing heroin in this way of like you do
Oh,
like you
shit.
start out doing drugs like you're just like smoking pot, right?
Yeah, I
you're just like
guess.
smoking weed,
Mhm.
or like taking pills, but you're not like getting like a shot ready
Mhm.
and like injecting yourself with a needle. Whereas like snorting something, or like even snorting something, that's like level 1 you're smoking stuff. Level 2 you're like snorting stuff. That's where you're like next level drugs. Level 3 is like you're literally sticking a needle in your arm. You're putting a substance directly into your bloodstream. And I feel like you go from like straight just, regular masturbation to like toys. Like you just jump right like that. That's your life now.
Yeah.
That's something you do
You
now.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I don't know, with like women, like the fingers, it's not like a dick, right? It's a lot different,
even
you know.
close.
But like, I don't know. It's like my hand in a sex toy for a guy. I feel like that's kind of similar. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
That's
know.
a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that.
Who knows?
But
What are we talking about?
it started. It started with guilty pleasure movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't
what's
know.
your favorite your guilty pleasure non-porn movie?
My favorite guilty pleasure non-porn movie? I don't know. Jesus. I see the shit that my girlfriend watches, and I just can't. I watched a Lizzie McGuire movie with my girlfriend. Yeah.
That's Hilary Duff too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
That's why I thought of it. But this fucking garbage that these
Yeah, that just
people
sounds
are- It's
bad.
just terrible.
That doesn't sound good.
I don't.
I'm talking
I
about like
gotta-
like Birdemic. Shock and Terror. Like that's a classic. Troll 2, fucking classic.
Yeah, right.
Like
It's
those movies.
the crazy thing is it must be someone's life achievement to make a movie. It's
Oh
really
yeah,
hard to make
it
a
is
movie.
extremely difficult.
And then
yeah.
you make a piece of shit like that.
Dude.
It's your life must
Dude.
be a struggle, you know?
It's gotta suck, dude. I think about that a lot. Like, you put your heart and soul
right
into this
You-
project.
everything into it, and
Like,
it's just shitty. Tommy Wiseau,
Dude.
put everything into that. Probably
He thought that was good. That's the
Yeah.
worst part. He's got. Is he mentally ill? He's got to be somewhat mentally ill. There's got to be
little
something
autism,
wrong.
right? Maybe I don't know.
Dude, there's got to be
Asperger's?
something wrong there to put that together and think that was good.
I don't know. He definitely does not seem normal. Whatever it
not
is.
even close, dude.
He thinks like you hear him talk. You're like, okay, something's not quite right.
Right,
Here,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
opens
know.
his mouth. His hair, first of all, it's like
Fabulous. Well, it was. Not now. It kind of looks like a crack addict, but
Really, I haven't seen him recently.
not good.
No,
Do not age well.
no.
Mm-mm.
Can't imagine.
I don't think
would.
so. Yeah.
Like, after The Room,
I would say The Room's a guilty pleasure movie. I love
I don't
that
even know if
movie.
it's guilty anymore, dude.
Right. It's
Most
kind of
people,
like
I think
it's like a
everyone
joke.
dislikes, yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
I don't know, but guilty pleasure. There's some anime movies I can get into. Dude, Dragon Ball Z,
Really?
awesome, dude.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z is the shit,
Dude,
though.
yeah, right. It's great.
Other than that, like anime, I can't. Dragon Ball Z is pretty much it for me. Dude. That's where it's
High
I'd
School
be getting
Musical. The first one,
Yeah?
maybe. Yeah, I can watch it. Yeah, I can
it's
sit
pretty
through
guilty,
it.
dude.
Yeah, it's pretty guilty, right?
It is pretty
I can
guilty.
sit through it. Yeah, I won't think it's the best thing ever made.
It's not a
but-
masterpiece, no.
No, I can sit through it and I don't know, jerk off.
no,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what's her name? Isn't
She was
that?
hot. I know.
You-
I know who you're talking about. See,
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
No, you do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do know who I'm talking about. I'm
Are
gonna,
you talking?
like, I have
It's
to-
either there's two in my head. It could be.
Is it- Is it Vanessa Hudgens?
I'm thinking Vanessa Hudgens.
I think it's Vanessa Hudgens, right?
not Ashley Tisdale,
Which one?
the blonde one.
The blonde,
bitch.
yeah.
Not
Yeah,
her
yeah,
though.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
thinking of the
yeah,
other one.
yeah.
See, I knew it.
No, I'm thinking of Vanessa Hudgens. That's who I
Yeah,
was thinking.
yeah,
I was thinking
okay.
because she's the lead, right? The lead girl, at least.
She,
It's
yes.
her and Zac Efron.
Her and Troy.
Two beautiful people.
Right.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's her. Yep. Yep.
Fine, dude.
Hudgens rose to fame portraying Gabriela
Ooh.
Montez in the High School Musical film series, which
So-
brought her significant mainstream success.
Wonder what she's doing now. She been anything since?
Well,
Her
apparently,
net-
according
net
to
worth?
Bing News, Vanessa Hudgens is cool for the summer in blue dress as she steps out for coffee with friends in Los Angeles.
What a life.
Let's look at her IMDb, dude. What is she doing? What is up with her?
I don't know.
I kind of don't even care, to be honest with you. I don't really give a shit. But like we're too far now.
Bad boys for life.
The night before Christmas, night as in like a fighting night,
Oh,
a
dude.
TV movie.
One time
Does not sound good.
I was at work, like, when I first started, and we got this new boss, right?
Okay.
So I guess he was trying to, like, figure out things people liked, right? So he was like,
It's always tough, dude.
he's, like, trying to relate to people, like, he
It's always
gave one of
tough.
my friends, like, something about fortune telling because she's into, like, horoscope, shit like that. Trying
Right,
to
right,
relate
right.
to everybody. So I guess he first off, he didn't make an effort at all with me, right? Because I guess he was just like,
He
fuck
probably took
me.
one look at you and was
He's
like,
this guy's a fucking
this
loser.
kid's gonna
Okay,
be, this kid's going to be gone in like 2 months.
I probably would have been if he stuck around. But what was I saying? Oh, but I guess he heard around that I like watching fights or whatever, boxing and MMA.
Okay, right.
And I guess he, like, I would say fight night. Like, I'm going to a fight night this weekend with, like, some of my friends or whatever, and my girlfriend. But he would be like, I guess he thought that was, like, night fighting. So I get a link on Skype at work, and it's, like, these knights fighting a TV show that's coming out.
Oh,
with
like
knights fight-
literal
like
fucking
Like
knights?
men, grown-ass men dressed in knight gear fighting each other, like, pretend,
That is such a far reach.
I know,
dude. Where do you
right?
go-
Like, what? I don't know how he got that. Maybe he misheard is the only thing I could think, but
Dude,
he's
maybe.
like, check this out.
Maybe.
Can't wait for the first episode. I'm like, okay, you're lying to me, first of all.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can tell
You're-
you think
right.
I'm into this shit,
Right.
which
yeah.
is an insult because I don't want to see that, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, dude.
I
don't know.
mean,
people are weird.
I mean, it'd be cool, I guess, fighting in like a night fighting. But yeah, dude, that's just
Medieval times was cool when I was like 8.
right.
Get to eat with my hands.
Yeah, dude. I feel like the only way I could go back to like the Renaissance Fair now is like a lot of alcohol
Oh, dude, actually, so
or drugs of some like drugs I've never even done or seen. Like,
right.
like that's the only way I think I can enjoy that. Like you're pretending like you're time traveling, and like you're just super high on something.
My girlfriend was the biggest fan of the Renaissance Fair as a kid.
I mean,
Her and
I
her
loved it
sister.
as a kid too.
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid.
So we decide one day, like we wake up at noon, and we hear it's in town, so we're just like, let's just go. Like, why not?
Right,
She's
yeah.
like, oh, I love this Renaissance Fair. We drive like 2-3 hours. So I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
it's not in
It's like
town at that point, but we
No,
drove
but
a
yeah,
couple
no,
hours.
yeah.
We get there,
It's
we're
in the
walking
middle of PA
around,
about.
and my girlfriend, she's just so depressed. She's like, this is terrible.
Dude,
like, it's
'cause
just
as
not
an
the
adult,
same. Yeah.
You see it as an adult, and you see like these aren't like this isn't a knight. This is a dude named Jim who hates his life
Yeah.
and like wanted to be an actor. He wanted to be like Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah. When
and,
he's
like,
not here, he's in a bathrobe all day.
right. Yeah, like drinking dangerously, like kind of trying to kill himself, but like
Yeah.
not fully committing to it.
Liver failure's about 2 years out.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Like you see that side of it as an adult, and you're just like, dude, this is tough.
Hey kids, come shoot an arrow.
Yeah, dude.
Like, oh, I don't know.
Like it's no, I agree. I feel the same way. Like I have not been back since like I went on like a middle school like field trip. Haven't been back since then, and I kind of like parts of me is like it'd be kind of cool to go, and then I always think about that. Like no, it'll just ruin the memories that I already have.
It's a good field trip thing. I would,
Yeah,
good, good field trip.
No, I
Yeah.
agree, dude. It was fun. Like at 12, 13, it was great. It was
Make
blast.
fun of all the fucking guys in their underwear walking around.
I'm pretty sure we did. I don't really remember much about it. I remember I beat my friend in a duel.
Oh shit. Okay. Look
Get
out,
super-
ladies.
Yeah. Watch the fuck out, dude.
You're like flexing on people.
Yeah, dude. Oh, before we go, that reminds me. So like we were at a bar and like for this past weekend for the fights. We
Okay.
weren't there for the fights, but it was on Saturday night and I was watching the fights on my phone.
Yeah.
It was a bar that wasn't
That
showing the
sucks,
fights.
dude. Why would they? Tell them to turn it on.
I know. It wasn't a sports bar. It was like a
Okay.
normal like you come here to meet people and get laid bar
Oh.
or whatever. But I was with my girlfriend and her friend and a couple other friends and stuff. We were all hanging out. And it's funny because like she went up with her girlfriend to like get like water or something, like some type of drink.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wasn't drinking, so she was like mostly drinking water and stuff. And like the bartender, who like you could tell he's like there's one of those dudes that like works out a lot, but like he never does his legs. So like he's one of those like
Stick.
typical
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like I'm surprised his legs don't break when he's like walking around.
Just so much weight.
Yeah, because he was ripped up
Right.
top. He like hit on her multiple times, and I didn't like I took it as a compliment, and if anything, I was like laughing more. But like she was telling me, and I was just like, dude, like, what if I was the type of dude who got pissed off about that? I'd be dead.
Hope you
That
know
dude would
jujitsu.
fucking kill. Right, dude. That dude would murder me. But I didn't. I was like, whatever. Like,
That's why you carry
Yeah.
a gun, Cam.
ran.
You snap and you shoot
dude.
every. You shoot the guy.
Part of me wants, like, I kind of want to own a gun, but I also don't, because I'm also like, with my anger and lack of patience, should I do that? Is that
Right,
responsible?
Don't want to be on the news.
Probably not, dude.
Yeah,
Probably
definitely
not.
God, mass shootings are terrible.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, they are. dude.
Something's got to change around here.
Yeah, big time. But we're not going to get into that because fuck that.
Right,
That's a
fuck
whole
that,
another
fuck
topic
that,
it just would be a headache just to even think about. But anyway, that'll wrap it up. Lane Brains Podcast, Episode 2. Thank you all for joining us. Esley Bus here with us. Another big shout out to bensounds.com. Thank you for the intro and outro music. I have to say that because, again, don't want to pay for it. Cheap bastard over here. But that'll just about do it. Any final words, dude?
I don't know. When are we doing this again?
Next week sounds good to me.
Sounds
dude.
good.
All right, man.
All right.
Deuces.